Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here with Rome 2 Total War. With me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Rome. And we're about to go to war with these chaps in Subas, with our notable 1st Legion here with decent amounts of infantry, I think, and cavalry, ready to strike fear into the hearts of the Insubres, but also at the same time dealing here with the Latin rebels in the south by Brundisium. So there's a bit going on, and plus, of course, still got to be ready for Syracuse trying anything funny. They could also become a bit of a headache. Unless, of course, they decide to go with war with the Carthaginians and end up wrecking themselves against that, in which case that could work out for me. Plus, we've got a bit of a rebellion up here, the Etruscan League rebels. Gotta put them a bit to rest there up in the north. Don't really need any of those items, they don't really fit an admiral. So let's first deal here with the Latin rebels by Brundisium. Quickly scour off the little bastards. All of a sudden they're a bit stronger here. A lot of Italian swordsmen, some skirmishers and a few slingers. Although they should still have the larger force here. But it might certainly become a bit more tricky. But let's go ahead here. The Hastati and the auxiliaries, to basically engage from the front. And I'll use the skirmishers to flank with the spearmen. Keep them down, that is the general plan here. There we go.
Missiles awaiting targets. Battle group ready. Melee troops awaiting orders. Troops and awaiting orders.
There we go. Got the Hastati there, and we've got the Socci Hastati here. Slightly less Roman looking and a bit more silly looking. They should nonetheless do the trick. Not quite as good in most senses than the other chaps, but they should still be able to sort of hold the line reasonably well and support, which is rather what is expected of them.
Battle group ready.
We're using these chaps basically to flank since they're not going to hold up in a line, and the Triarii I think are going to have more effect and we sort of hit them into the side. So that'll basically be the battle plan.
In the name of Rome.
And there we got their skirmishers, slingers, the Italian noble infantry, the Italian spearmen, and the Italian swordsmen all just sort of hanging about there. Slightly better than my... they're actually... no, I can't tell actually. No, I might have thought that was that, but... yeah, you know, you can actually sort of hover over and see the enemy stats, but here in Rome 2, they rather deny you that. So anyways, flank here with the skirmishers, do as much damage as I can now on their sides. Basically use our most armoured troops, just to keep them occupied. The funny thing is these are rated as medium, these are rated as heavy. They have the exact same armour. That's sort of the funny thing there, they have the exact same armour. Shield wise I think it's also pretty much the same. So it's a bit funny to see them rated as heavy infantry.
Jupiter gives us strength.
Very heavy. Again, those medium, those heavy, it's just weird. I'm guessing there's some kind of other rule going on there, I suppose. We'll use that to basically approach without getting shot to bits by... I mean, obviously there's less chance here when we attack frontally, but I guess I should wait a bit for that one. Just push forwards. Just get going, would ya?
Ready. Happy to serve Rome.
There we go. We need some kills on the slingers.
is under attack.
Yeah, that should hurt them a bit, since they've rather foolishly exposed their backs to my skirmishers. It is rather hurting them very rapidly. That's the noble. I think we'll shift them down. There we go. They're quickly collapsing. And the decisive barrage there. Sadly, my men there also took quite a beating, but that's because they're being flanked themselves instead of here support. Go cut them to ribbons. Down there, you need to flank these chaps, hurt them badly.
The men are wavering.
Shoot harder, throw harder, I mean something anyways, just get to it. You need those people dead yesterday. I need you to put in a bit more backbone into that.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Just strike, actually you strike into that, otherwise you're going to get hit by your own. This isn't quite working out as well as I would have hoped. In the end, it's the Hastati to follow up faster than the Soki Hastati, despite again having better stats than them, interestingly enough. Come on, have an impact, damn you. Come on, get up close and active before I get murdered. You might already get that.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Well, this is quite quickly turning ugly. I like my generals to get separated. That was a bad idea. Obviously, I'm sure there'll be someone to point that in the comment section, because there always is.
General!
For some reason, the try is not quite having the impact I'd hoped it would have.
Understood.
Okay.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, this is kind of weird. Despite in several cases flanking, I'm not quite having the impact I hoped I would, and ultimately here, my Rari is definitely not having any progress there. This kind of sucks, but not good about that. Looks like we at least might get one of those swordsmen to break. There we go. Small victory there. Breaking their skirmishers slightly. Alright, there we go. So, and then there's the Soki Hastati that prevail. Much to my surprise, really. I kind of would have figured them to break first, but again, I don't know, there's something off with the stats. At least there's some part of the story we're not getting any time, not. I don't know, just bad luck. I mean, that is always a possibility. Just rubbish luck. There you go, seeing them running, so it looks like I might end up winning this after all. It was a bit close if we got the Italian noble infantry surrounded. Would have been nice with some cavalry, but I'm not quite there yet. I've slowly obviously getting some for one of the armies, but it's not quite on the level where I really want it yet.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Go. Still a mistake to send the general away from, but in this case I didn't get punished too hard for it. And I'm basically just wearing down the Italian noble infantry through absolute sheer stubbornness and raw violence. You know, they're pretty much the last ones on the battlefield now left who hasn't run. There we go. wasn't my finest victory there. And yeah, that one's a bit weird. Still, the rebels are dead. Or should be mostly dead.
Commander.
There you go. Dead.
Make haste, men. Call this a garrison.
Obviously, they've taken quite a thrashing there. Now, that's the thing again. They're even cheap. I guess it's just rubbish luck or something, or someone coded things a bit weirdly. Going to quickly check though.
Moving unseen.
Actually,
Ready for battle.
at least gonna need some more heavy infantry to have a chance at this, I think, and some more cavalry.
It is a great and glorious thing.
Otherwise, I think my chances of pulling this off are not quite gonna be there. Because they'll be throwing a lot of basic infantry at me, and that's gonna need some heavy infantry to hold back while then flank with the rest. And they're gonna need a lot of cavalry to deal with those seasonably large, units
How
there.
may I serve you? I will see it done.
So yeah.
All is not lost.
Oh well. That's one group of rebels brought to their knees by Rome. Next up, the Subas. Once again, I've got a slightly bigger army with the finest infantry I can get, I think, at the moment. Yeah. Bonuses. Bit of extra wealth never hurts. Sending over there for some replacements. They're not going to be any sort of combat operable sense anyways.
At your service. Sabotage.
Bit of
An
sabotage.
excellent choice.
Again, partly training, but also to weaken their combat ability. And also make it harder for them to do anything against me. Right, the Subas, do they have any allies? No, they got nothing there going on actually.
Greetings! Speak plainly and without idle purpose.
We'll strike at Genoa with the 1st Legion. And they'll be pretty much overrun here. I mean, they got a bit of sort of, stuff there, but I think that's worth bothering with. So there we go. The Genoa garrison overrun.
Commander.
And we have reached the next level of Imperium. I'll be breaking some of it and converting the rest as swiftly as possible. We'll make halt here. The cavalry apparently took a bit of a beating, but overall, in this battle, the next one that's going to come up, I think the important bit's going to be the Principes, so that kind of works out. Since they shall be expected to hold the line, primarily. Being more well-armoured and overall more likely not to get stabbed in the face right away. Which is what the less experienced troops might be more likely to do. Syracuse is actually at war with Carthage. I could take advantage of that down the road once I've slightly improved the state of my armies. Sicitani.
I welcome you, worthy.
Nope. Athens.
Greetings. We are civil.
Nope.
Greetings!
Nope. Guess no more trade then, at least for now. Oh wait. Genoa has fallen, and again it'll be Metla next. We'll have to see if they can actually move though.
How
Much
may I
farther.
serve you?
After having been struck by a mighty spire there. Postumia Scapula. What a charming name. No one searches a leper. Ever. I think we'll actually go for that one. Better chance of success, I think, is overall preferable. Also should be able to rank up next turn, which will further aid our quest. Well, I actually can hire a champion. I'll be doing that actually next turn. That should also overall aid my war efforts. Oh dear, they looked building up there by Alali. I completely forgot about them for a brief moment. Another attack here. The garrison apparently is not replenished at all. Interesting, at least not very well. Whereas they are rather throwing in, well, roughly the same as last time, I think. That is not good. That is not good. I might actually lose it. I should reinforce the fleet here. That's really that short time ago. Got something there. We got something there. Well, nothing. I still got Principes. I got the auxiliary infantry. They should also be able to hold the line better than some of the other chaps at the moment. Later, I cut the matter quite as much there, but initially they're pretty solid there, and the auxiliary.
General!
Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening.
Ships reporting.
General! The eyes of
Me?
the Senate and all Rome are upon us today. We must make them proud.
So yeah, the Principes have apparently not been reinforced at all, or getting any sort of replacements. That's not good. The Rari are sort of in good, half decent condition, but the rest, yeah, they kinda
In service to Rome. Levies!
Succus Maximus.
Quick march. To the shore.
They got the auxiliaries. The problem is they're not exactly big ships that are on, so the units they're dispatching with is kind of minimal. Again, we got the general here with roughly 90 Principes, and he's probably going to be the principal part of our defense, which is a bit unfortunate.
Spearmen ready for orders.
I should have trained more troops. I forgot about that, to be honest. That is, well, all on my shoulders. They're moving out there. If we can outmaneuver them, though, I should have a chance. That way, sort of pinch them a bit there.
Levies! At speed!
In which case, I'll use some troops there at the front to hold them up.
Roma!
Flank them
Advance
with
at
mobs and the
speed.
rest.
At your service. Quick march.
Ready, troops!
I think Arctis and those that serves a flanking force. The naval units, I think, will primarily end up serving here as the oops.
Assault ships ready for orders!
Mainland in particular here, our unit of Principes are again probably going to be the best option for sort of keeping them bottled up.
Infantry! Domine!
So that's going to be interesting.
General! At speed! Plebs! Advance at speed!
Melee troops. At the double. Orders. Spearmen at the ready. At the double. Orders.
Roma! Our general is under attack!
Stati.
Commander!
Oh well, what the hell.
Plebs! At the double! General! Romans ready for duty!
Right, so until the line there breaks, I need to basically hit them on the flank with everything else. Shouldn't be too impossible. Hit the skirmishes. You try and hit their noble infantry, I guess. Or something else, I don't know.
General!
Plan is certainly looking to have some flaws there, but nothing to do about that.
Missiles ready and waiting.
assist the mob first, I think, or the plebs. Yeah, the Principes are holding up quite nicely, as expected. Obviously that is putting my general into harm, but when he's the best unit to actually hold the line while I basically sort of try and hammer them in there from the other side, you know, he's rather necessary.
The men are wavering.
Don't worry, we got more to back you up then. Push back those skirmishes, those naughty, naughty skirmishes.
At your service.
Beginning to bleed out a bit, that's less good. Auxiliary infantry is holding on decently.
Proud Romans all.
Just break away the skirmishers, I can basically hit it successfully into the flank here, the rest of the force with the Rari and the plebs. But I need to first break down these chaps, and they're certainly not giving way to the mighty Roman armies. But there you go, one unit basically in the process of breaking apart due to the severe impact of my skirmishers. That's good. Plus I imagine the Principes might have something to do with it. Still not quite giving up there though. The faster the better though. So what I can do to relieve pressure from the front line units, the better as well. Just die, would you? Give up. There you go, shattered. Turn to the next unit, which is sort of wear them down. The more we can break, the faster the better. And there you go. Italian swordsman also beginning to waver now. Another unit as well. This is great. This is excellent. Might just have a chance here.
The battle is turning in our favour.
There we go. That just leaves the noble spearmen and these chaps also shattering, or about to, because, well, there's just so many retreating around them. There's usually this kind of cumulative effect that the more that retreat all of a sudden at a time, the bigger the morale penalty becomes to units run, causing just increased likelihood of routing. Plus, of course, they get more isolated. They also just sort of hurts them as well. That way, for example, there's a unit with a few sort of really good units, but the rest sort of crap. You sort of target the crap first, and then sort of go after the
One of our units has used all its
finally,
ammunition.
they're more likely to just break because they're all of a sudden surrounded. There you go. Skirmish is shattered. There leaves only one there, and these chaps here are also about to give up. Partly, of course, because they keep getting hit with, you know, javelins in the back. And there we go. An excellent victory there. The Quintus Pullo does it again for Rome. So that rather puts the Etruscan rebels out of the equation, I think. Jupiter over here will also set up a consecrated ground to help convert towards the one true faith, that is the Latin faith,
My
Roman.
skills are yours.
They're actually suffering attrition now. That's good for us.
How may I
I
say?
mean me.
I do enjoy a little trouble.
What a shame.
I am
Still, there
so
should be a bit of ranking up in with failure. So there we go. minor progress. Not much else to do, but I have some additional assistance here. In this case, a veteran. I like the look of him.
Salve. How can I help?
How can I help? Pancration Master. I'm Hercules, reborn. Military training.
No.
That's pretty handy, since that's largely what I'm planning to do, sort of help boost the experience of my men. I'll probably wait another turn. I mean, they're sort of suffering from attrition. I'd rather benefit from just letting them starve up before attacking them, forcing them to attack me. So I'm just sort of going to hang out there. At least sort of buy myself some more time to sort of get my men in slightly better condition. In particular, the cavalry. I really want the cavalry to be in a half solid sense. So there's an end. Next up there, battering rams. Yeah, they're definitely beginning to suffer there. They'll, I think, soon enough be easy targets. So you can keep up the poisoning of the provisions.
An excellent choice. It is done.
That should further harm and undermine their armies.
I will do anything for Rome. 1, 2, 3. At your command.
So that's going to take a bit of turn away from us, but we don't mind. Again,
We cannot
every
do
turn that passes is basically a turn where they're getting a lot weaker. So that rather works out for me. So a bit there for improved economy. And we will, I believe, hire some troops here to just further strengthen this force. Might as well hire some more Soki Astartes, since apparently they kind of work out for us. Down the road we might set up here for the auxiliary barracks, which opens up for a lot there. Soki Equities, Equities Extraordinary, and just Soki Extraordinary.
Ready for orders.
So then, next turn we attack Milan. At that point the Subas should be sufficiently weakened to make that a lot bloody easier for us. That's not too much of a problem now.
How can I be of assistance? I do enjoy a little sabotage.
Oh well,
I will
We
fail
hunger.
again.
no big deal.
Laying siege to the settlement.
And yeah, they've at this point so completely utterly weakened that Milan swiftly falls. No need to siege them out or anything.
Commander. Ready for
So
orders.
there you go. The art of war. Let's see, do anything else would be helpful there? That's pretty handy. Infantry command. Now this one's also pretty neat, when you think about it. Watch Goose. Interesting. By the way, victory there at Milan. I just need to deal with all of that. Don't have the tech for that, so we just put away that. And we'll set up a garrison Colonia here, since that police is probably going to get hit hard by the barbarians in the future. That also leaves us with Patavium under command of the Dalmati. At the west we got the Massalians, sort of Greeks with Celtic servants things. And to the north we got the Raeti and the Helveti. So let's end the turn. like that, but obviously that's what you call a suicide mission. I mean, for heaven's sake, it's mostly mercenaries. I'm pretty sure did not sign up for that one. Are you sure about this, sir? Definitely. I'd kind of think they'd break away under such conditions. Just go, yeah, we aren't paid enough for this. Let's, go elsewhere. There you go, the Subas gone. Oh dear. I'll just purchase more. We got plenty of them anyways. A few more doesn't hurt.
What do you wish of me?
Right, let's have a look at Patavium
As a shadow.
and the Dalmate. Oh,
In Rome's
they got slave problems.
tire.
Well, that works out perfectly fine for me. It just means I gotta move in and deal with some rebels. That's what you call pretty beneficial.
How can I be of assistance?
We'll just wait for them to hit that, then I take Patavium next turn. Splendid. Absolutely splendid. Couldn't be any better. Could not be any better. Just gonna bring this place a bit more under control, I suppose. Otherwise, once it's at that foot, it's gonna quickly deteriorate.
We hunger for battle.
That one's going to be pretty handy, I think. Set up for that one. Let's let us in the turn and see what happens next here. But that looks like a province I can quickly secure for myself. So that is good. The Syracusans are sort of initially having success there with the campaign with the Carthaginians. They've taken that place. The rebels aren't exactly in good condition either. Let's see, other Dalmate and sort of any... Oh, they're friends with us, but...
Greetings, friend. We will speak together of whatever you wish, but bring words that can warm our hearts.
Oh, they got an army there.
At your service.
In that regard, then I might wait a bit. Oh, they've expanded actually. Interesting. Well, obviously, I'm actually in the end not going to care that much about diplomacy, am I? I'm just going to roll over people, so... I mean, obviously it's going to make it hard for me to trade, but it's going to secure me the entire province.
Ready for orders.
Can't quite reach it yet, so I think I'll just rest a bit here for now before making my next move. I think that's going to be the wiser option there. Simply put a few more chaps there. I mean, in fact, decide to raise a third army actually now. That might actually be a pretty good idea. Got a half decent economy. Raising more troops right now will ensure I've got something in case something unexpected happens, or just an army to further support the war against the Almaty. I mean, it could also head towards the Malassi. The chaps there to the west. Can have a look at what sort of the diplomatic situation around here is. We're also trading with them, but we don't have anything else. They're at war with the Aduchi, the Carnoots, and the slaves. Well, everybody's at war with the slaves, obviously. Damn slaves, causing so many troubles. So we could hit on to them as well. I think that overall diplomatically also make more sense, since they're at war with more, which might of course benefit us more. The Raiti at war with the Makomani, but they're allied with the Helveti and the Nori, so those would be causing me a lot of problems. And similarly here. So basically all of these here are sort of working together. Massilia is on the other hand more isolated and currently at war with others, which would make it a lot easier to deal with. I think we shall strike at them actually.
How can I be of assistance?
We shall also begin raising an additional army.
All work and no play.
We hunt. Set up the watch.
So there we go.
Rome needs good fighters.
Training a fresh legion to fight for Rome. Glory. Amphitheatre might initially be the better idea there.
Commander.
We shall shift from Metlan to Genoa. Also we got the garrison colonia up there, which will further strengthen the defence. When we get further upgrade, that will be a bit tougher further for the enemy to deal with. And here I suppose we could...
Ready for orders.
not so much else to do really, just wait for the research to be done, then we upgrade this one. Turn auxiliary barracks and set up for some better troops and cavalry there. Publius Octavius Niger.
At your command.
I believe that is our veteran, yes. That could be pretty handy. Further campaign movement for a general. And let us end the turn. Let us pass the time. And chat. About something, but I don't know what. Seems like Syracuse has overextended herself quite gravely. Currently suffering attrition. There we go. Training reforms. Right, auxiliary barracks. Spies shall explore there to further get an idea of the state of Massilia.
No further orders. Sabotage. An excellent choice.
There we got Hippias Lancers, shot carry, and we got hoplites, or hoplites. We got light ones, Freeman, light horse, a lot more hoplites and such. Massilian, hoplites, citizen cavalry, light hoplites, and so on there. No pikemen though, absolutely none of that from say here over in the east, where there's a lot more pikemen. So in that regard, that's probably where they sort of stand out more. They got no real pikemen at all, which will make them a lot easier for me to deal with.
Hunger for battle.
Almost good here to go.
At your command.
Need to build up this army a bit. Flesh it out with some Hastati.
It's a good life.
Let's end them.
Come now, let us debate.
Yeah, sorry. I can't for diplomatic reasons. I'm not gonna, make that with someone I'm intending to crush beneath my jackboot sandals. Alright, we also got the political game to keep in
How
mind.
can I be of mischief
Let's
and
try and
mayhem?
set orders again.
I am so sorry.
Well, that's bad. Failed to gain success, and now left my aching, vulnerable
Ready for battle.
army here still slowly growing. Very slowly, but nonetheless
Are you
growing.
ready to serve Rome? Soldiering.
There you go.
It's a good life.
Spearmen to keep the flanks covered from any sort of nasty cavalry. Forum maker. And then you got Celtic Slinger sitting up there as well. Those chaps are going to be trouble.
At your command.
That's for sure. He's very much for sure. But I think we'll be stopping here, so thank you all for joining in for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, had some fun, and learned some things. If you didn't know, subscribe, like, share, and comment on it. This is Imperial Dane signing off. I'll be back in another 2 days' time, if all goes well. Cheers.